that they are throwing your way. When you get attacked and killed, they blame you. They say you are the cause. When they attack you on social media and you push back and fight back, they will quickly scream. They have started again. Oh, they cannot even take another person's opinion. They cannot do this or that. Meanwhile, in fairness, all these people, whether not for Tifnumbu or Atifku or Obi, the obedient, if you want to be fair, you will say they are all giving it to themselves, or all this violence, they are giving it to themselves of equal proportion. How dare you abuse Professor Wale Soyinka because he called you fascist? Fascists are those who kill people who doesn't agree with them. They attack people, they bomb properties, they threaten people, they profile people. They tell you the way to dress, the way to walk, the way to speak, where to stand, where to sit, where to sleep, and on like that. These are the ideas of the fascists, and these are the ideas of the APC. They even displayed it in your charade election when they publicly said, if you are not voting for them, do not come near the voting unit. And it's on record, but they were not called fascists. So when you pushed back, they attacked you for it and said, hey, you people will destroy Nigeria. Oh, you disobedient, you destroy, you will burn Nigeria. You want to cause war in Nigeria. It is all targeted, if you don't know, coordinated. But the same people, they will tell you, this Obasanjo is Omuale. Obasanjo is Yoruba, the former president, two-time president of Nigeria, a Yoruba man. But because he doesn't belong to the political group of Tifnumbu, anybody who doesn't is Omuale. But they can conveniently tell you is Omuale. Oyedepo is a pastor. Adeboye is a pastor. When the obedient responded to Adeboye, no, hang on. When Oyedepo spoke and they fired him, they didn't say he was a Agbalagba. He is a man of God. He is a church leader. They called him out. They attacked him. And we all saw that. Adeboye came out. Obedient fired back. Then obedient became the fascist who doesn't tolerate people. Do you understand that kind of a trick? So when you push back, when you fight back, when they push their agenda or their propaganda and you fire back as well, they quickly pick you up. Pa Adebanjo is a 90 what? How old is that, Baba? 96 years old man who publicly rejected Kolu. There is no name they didn't call Adebanjo. Adebanjo is called Omuale, Agbaya, Àwọn Agba this, betrayer, and all of that. But the moment people said that, who else is in that place? Well, anyway, you shall get what I mean. They are all giving it to themselves of equal proportion, right? And most of the time, these are coming from the criminals who first attack you when they feel like nobody is looking or watching. You see old men calling them obituary, calling them few other things, naming them names and profiling them. And when they fight back, they are called disrespectful. They have no respect. They don't love Nigeria. They don't shake back. You know what I mean? It is called gaslighting. I don't know if they think it is still working, but I don't think it is. In my own, from my own experience. So they now said, "Will be everywhere. Go they apologize. I apologize. I call on the obedient." No, stop it. Stop apologizing to these people who are actually like a bunch of criminals. All they wanted is for you to feel guilty of fighting back. Do you understand that? So Obi they started dragging Obi yesterday. When suddenly Obi said that there are some people who are like hiding as obedience, who are now attacking or abusing the likes of Adeboye and the rest of all these, members of the establishment who are disguising, are hibernating, and hiding behind whatever thing they are facade they are putting out there. So these young people could see through all the lies, through the facade and the rest. So you will be coming out to come and tell them that some people are they are pretending to be obedient. Baba, stop Shebe. Stop apologizing. When last did you see Tifnumbu come out to condemn those who are calling their fellow Yorubas Omo Ale because they didn't follow Tifnumbu? Did you ever see that? Did you ever see Kolu come out to say, I apologize to all the Igbos. I apologize to everybody Lagosians who suffered in the hands of these untrained Agberos, these untrained, ignorant, unproductive criminals called Agberos in Lagos. I am sorry that happened. How many of you saw that? Anyway. So stop apologizing and stop acting like, and some are now beginning to say that he's an hypocrite. Stop pretending that you don't know what is going on. I mean, it was all out there. That was when Arabambi came out to say some are obedient, some are obedient. You know what I mean? Anyway, in one of the images that were making round, as Kolu left. Now, Kolu left, and nobody knows where Kolu is right now. Nobody knows. Not even any APC, Egbekegbe member knows where Kolu is right now, right? However, in court, this image, this is us now going to court, okay? Hang on, I didn't add another one. Pastor Ruga, Ikene Shatabandu, Oshimbade Pastor Ruga is a leader in Yoruba land. According to this APC, Egbekegbe, this one is even their member. They printed a poster, and they put the poster everywhere in Abuja and Lagos. See the poster. Because he decided to run for office that Escobar was also gunning for. This is supposed to be somebody who used to be their poster boy. He used to be their fine Obama, fake Pastor Ruga. But the moment he challenged the emperor, he became the Judas. If they could do this to one of their own, and they turn around and say, you obedient, have no respect, you don't even respect elders, they are gaslighting you. And people should probably tell Obi to stop pretending too. Because I saw where Showore started, where Showore also pounced on him. And in fact, Showore is a case. But you know something in my world is that I have identified the establishment and their friends and their cronies and their networks and all of that. And in my own world, if you have identified them, any group or any party or any people that actually come together to fight that same establishment for whether through your own idea or through somebody else's idea, but something that could actually check the foundation of the rotten system and it gives way, even if they are not doing it so right, Baba, it is not on our side to now put on Jalavia and put on what do you call it? Helmet, akotolokada, and carry sword, carry gun, carry machine gun, and start shooting ourselves. Because the more you destroy yourselves, the better for the establishment that you are fighting. So that's one thing that Showore has that I picked in all of this. This is no longer trying to be a critic. Do you understand that now? It is more like it is beyond that. And when I saw that Obi was apologizing, it was kind of a little bit weird somehow, but maybe not. But when Showore jumped on it, it just gave a different vibe. And I was like, oh my God. It really went down. You disobey, you are a pretender, you are a liar, you are a I was like, oh my God. To whose gain? To the gain of the establishment. Destroy yourselves, fight yourselves, attack yourselves, expose yourselves, do our job for us. To whose gain? So that all of us can go back to where? Anyway, he was apologizing and people were like, stop doing this. These guys are they are actually killing obedient. People's arms were being amputated because they got stabbed by thugs because they are obedient. People's eyes, people are going blind simply because they said they are following Obi. All these atrocities, right, are being mellowed and they want to bury them Just like the same way they thought they could bury the bloodshed of October 2020. Remember? So they bounced on it, and it was like a bazaar. So one of these, which was one of those things they were like, they said, he's always looking for attention. But guess what? Pictures can tell so many stories, right? And it can also tell no single story. But we love motion video, motion pictures, and all of that to kind of enlighten us. May I show you what's happened there? It wasn't greeting that guy, yo. That Omole. That rogue where the UK. Like the guy the UK. Oh. So waiting the chop is that he put up, put together few other hungry losers here in the UK. Put them together and they form a group. They said that they are the APC UK. All they wanted is just an access to the cookie in Nigeria. They are a bunch of beggars, the Bele lecturers. A lot of you have been watching Mayegu and you don't know the meaning of the Mumu lecturers, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu Madus, the Buhari Dins, Buhari Dideris, and the rest of them. This Somali, this guy, is one of the Bele. It's not even like, nothing like anything substantial. Just, first class imported Abrodian Buhari idiots. And it's been like that for a while. Anyway, why Kolu was waving his hand and disappeared to God knows where. Omole was in Nigeria doing Mr. Political Party Man, a political jobber, imported political jobber. Sure you get. So he was there cleaning glasses, but that's not actually what happened. It was completely ignored. But he was sitting on the path where Obi was to pass. This is the true event that happened that day. I'll share that with you.
Now, wow. The Emperor, the Lion, he is here. You never said anything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The man himself is seated. Now, wow.
So it was just pretty much like a Ogbeni Bese, like move, I won't pass, without saying anything. And that was the moment the picture was taken, and then it became a sensation for the Lagos Abobakus. Anyway, I just thought I should clear that part. Let's go forward again. Talking about courts now. Like, let's say we are inside a court in Nigeria. Or maybe I should say before I go to court. So this Apapa thing, most of those who are celebrating it, this guy, you remember this guy who cried when they decided to give the APC youth leader to that lying Israel, that your Israel. And this was the guy they told to step down. Now it's going to be one of those they plan to make, spokesperson for Tifnumbu. You know that role that Tolu Ogunlesi is playing. How many of you know Tolu Ogunlesi? What very brilliant guy. But they put him under Bashiru. That Bashiru, now that guy, recharge card seller from Kano. So they made him the head of Bokuwari's Twitter special advisors. So they are the special advisors to Bokuwari on Twitter matters, Facebook comments, TikTok abuses, and every other thing that has to do with you. I mean, so their job was to create fake accounts and flood them everywhere on social media in defense of Bokuwari. That's the job. So that guy, Olusegun, is likely going to get one on that Tifnumbu as a compensation. Okay? He is celebrating Labour Party of Apapa. Here you get. Here is another one. This one, one of the Atifku's boys. Let me tell you something. You see this boy, in Mama, they say in Mama. Now, one of the chief civil servant in Oyo State. Now, you see that in Mama, they were running a racket where they would do ghost workers. Here you get ghost workers. So, and they were making so much money from it, and they got exposed. And from that, on social media, people kind of get to know him that you, this one, you see game off. But he's one of their Tifku's boys, very young boy. So when this issue of Apapa came up, they were among those who were celebrating it. They say, yes, the chairman is good. The chairman have spoken. Whatever. I thought I should share that with you as well. Now let's go to that court. Atiku was in court. Because Atiku is waiting. He's the one that declared second though. Atiku said he has his own evidence that he won the election, but they must disqualify Kolu first so that they can then declare him winner. And if he has to go to a rerun, they must say that Kolu must not participate. All of that, today. Not today. Is it today? Yeah, it's today. So they have adjourned, by the way. They've adjourned him to Wednesday again, to the 18th of May, which is next week. Let's go to the outside court. But when Atiku arrived, which has also become a point of conversation or discussion on social media, that Atiku is actually driving convoy. That didn't go down well with APC, even though as Apapa story is still in the show. This was how Atiku arrived in their court for the tribunal.
My friend. Where's Your Excellency. Yeah, I want to see
Now that's inside, yeah. Now let me show you the one before inside. Even when the INEC woman was there, I think that was yesterday or today. It doesn't matter. Everything shines inside the court, 2 clips. So, Symphony, thanks for this. We are borrowing this. Let's go back to the court.
Court application is something you have on now. We are trying to. Hello, how are you? We are helping you to come to the job order session. We are joining us as a participation and the party. And so as we are about to invite, we are trying to Arule Papa. This prince of the Niger. Who does not want to fight for the upper
No, we'll do that. We'll do that tomorrow.
Thank you.
So, sir, can we get your reaction to today's proceedings and the fact that you also tried to move to an application where you want the proceedings to be televised live?
Yes.
So, can you tell us more about that?
Yes. Happily, the pre-hearing session has commenced in the Atiku PDP petition. All the necessary preliminary issues have been dealt with. And we also brought up the issue of the motion on notice which we filed and which we served on all the parties in the case. And that is the motion for the live televising of the proceedings in this case, because we consider these proceedings very, very critical and important to the nation, one in which every Nigerian is a stakeholder. So this motion will come up perhaps on a Thursday when this matter is adjourned to. It's been expected that the other parties will.
Morning, bro. About a car, sir. Nice.
Test. 1, 2, 3.
Everybody.
I know that's a long watch, isn't it? Right. So that was them, during their own pre-hearing review, and they've adjourned Atifku to 18th of May. Peter Obi's case is adjourned till 17th of May, next week. Thursday, I think, or Wednesday. Atifku's is that of next week, Thursday. And they're asking that the all petition hearing and all that should be streamed live. So the proposal has been submitted, which means they would need the consent of Tifnumbu's team as well. And the drama will continue from there if the tribunal is going to allow that or not, okay? So they are actually asking for it, and I like that. I do, seriously. So Atifku and others met outside the courtroom where they kind of met with the governors outgoing and incoming, and where the wiki was missing. So, but there is something I picked from there, the speech of what's this guy, Obaseki and the other guy. So I'll kind of want you to listen to them too, right? From the PDP supposed governors blah 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 seminar. Watch.
Talk about it without talking about the drama
about the economy, because whatever actions they take, as you can see, affect our states. The second point I want to make, which came out of the presentation, is that of the decisions that have just been made on the devolution of power and what the president signed up to allow states now participate in some key sectors of the economy and our society. My experience as governor, for me, you have to focus on two key things. First is law and order within your state and internal security. Because once you do that, you begin to build confidence in your people and in people looking in from outside to come and invest. The second, and I'm so glad that we finally signed it into the constitution, is electricity, power. Because without electricity, your cost of running government, the cost of doing business in your state will be too high and people will not come. So we need to focus on those constitutional amendments to make sure that we work very assiduously, because the federal agencies that used to control.
Politicians all talk, no action. I want to listen to this one with a scream, they shout. Then I'll show you another thing.
Let's talk about it without talking about the drama that happened in Adamawa. Our own Governor Fintiri was the card with so many lies. He saw the ambush, he saw the trickery, and was waiting patiently for it. And that shenanigan made him picked as the incoming elected governor of Adamawa State, to the glory of God and to the benefits of PDP. Your Excellency, thank you for giving us that privilege of giving back the government house.
So that was them at least celebrating what would have been a big race for them. That was Adamawa. And then the typical PDP. Yeah? But Wiki was missing. And they were like, if like say Wiki don't become orphan now, you know, get political party. In the APC, they are treating him with suspicion. It's pretty much like an orphan. And soon it's not going to have that immunity. Anyway, this is coming from those who have been observing the political space for a while. That seems that the noise of with the Wiki and the light is dimming and dimming and dimming out every passing day. And his hope is currently hanging in the balance, or should we say is in the hands of the same APC, which we know would never forgive him. Or maybe they will forgive him. But whatever it is, Wike has no family anymore. The APC, he can't join. You know, if he joins them, they can say he's their member. But he can't. And they are saying that he also betrayed the trust of the obedient, who thought that he was fighting a just cause only for him to end up with cancer, which is APC. So where is he going to be? I said, don't worry, don't rush. We're all counting the days. Okay? So if you're looking for your karma day or gotcha time, it's almost time. The Abuja people are currently suing the INEC, the court, I don't know, they're just suing everyone, and they are trying to stop Tifnubu's inauguration. Yes, there are 2 cases right now in court to stop Tifnubu from being inaugurated, and they are all both picking up their defense from the amended constitution of this year, 1999 constitution as amended. I never read that part, but I don't see different quotes. That until somebody satisfy the constitutional requirement, blah, 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 they cannot be sworn in. Okay, a lot of people are riding on that narrative so much that it's also bringing some concerns. Kolu is not in, but they caught Aisha and Remi Werekwe together today, where Aisha was taking Remi Werekwe on a tour of the Old Rock. From the reports as well, they said the Bokwari has moved out of the Old Rock as of this hour. That he is staying back in London, as he claimed that he was seeing a dentist, is actually like an undercover of, let me say, behind the scene improvement to his properties in Kaduna, where he promised that he was going to be living, not in Katsina, in Daura. No. So they said they are currently renovating a place for him in Kaduna, or building a new place for him that will look like that of Aso Rock as well, so that when he returns from London and he returns back to Abuja, when he finally left Abuja, or when he finally leaves Abuja, he won't be spending much time, as he planned himself anyway, so he will be living in Kaduna. We just don't know whether it's going to be in Zaria or Southern Kaduna, whatever, it doesn't really matter. But they said he's waiting back in London because they don't move in goods, moving loads out of the asshole rock. And they're already trying to install a befitting old people's gadgets in the asshole rock to help guide Tifnumbu around the place. I didn't make that up. I heard it. Sorry, I removed the sound from this, okay? You don't even have to listen to what they have to say, do you? Let me show you. This was Aisha showing Remi Werekwe inside the asshole rock that they expect them to move into in the next 2 weeks. Yeah, it's next 2 weeks. If no court or anything stop Tifnumbu in the next 2 weeks, you can go inside your asshole rock and una go come begin the campaign of Tinubu must go, he must go, he must back out, he must return the certificate and the rest of that. All those drama, in 2 weeks' time, I una won't stop or change I pray for you. But look at this too. They said that Aisha went into the asshole rock as a size 12. But today, Aisha will be living inside, will be living asshole rock as a size 20. And you say Nigeria no make progress. Are you sure?
Ayégún làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Ayégún dáyàrí ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Ayégún làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Ayégún dáyàrí ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Ayégún ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí. Ayégún dáyàrí ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Ayégún dáyàrí ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí. Máyégún dáyàrí ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún dáyàrí ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí. Máyégún dáyàrí ayé bí nọ́mbà wá.
So sorry, I have to put that music inside. Or else it's just gonna be like 1 minute silence for Aisha and Remi Werekwe. It could just be like a 1 minute silence for them, and that's not what happened there. They were showing where they're gonna be next and all of that. I swear to God, Mayegun, inauguration will never happen. I say, Baba, I understand you. I'm just trying to show to you that they don't think you're gonna stop them. And don't blame yourself. Sure, you get now. Don't blame yourself if they go ahead and do their inauguration. Sure, you get. Because you have no control over that. A lot of you. Okay, yeah, you may protest and do all of that to stop them, but you have no control over it. Or if a court says no, there you got you have the control. I'm just saying, so that go come be like, say, I'm so disappointed. The judiciary should have stopped him. They won't stop him like that, bruv. That's not how it works. That's not how things work. Okay? But until that time, Mokuna just to try and mentally imagine how you now go either fight or escape. Because when they come, if you survive Bokwari, at least some people survived him. A lot of people survived him, a lot didn't. Just imagine the kind of Bokwari style or Bokwari Nigeria, as hard as it be, as tough as it is. Just imagine it times 10. I'm not trying to scare you. Just trying to let you know that Nigeria is so fucked right now that Tifnumbu and gang, they didn't tell you how they're going to change that. A lot of you are not interested. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. You are fucked. Yeah, I don't know how to say it better. Sorry, I don't know how to say it better. Nigeria is what? Nigeria is. So with a Sikh, a Kolu, a kleptomaniac, a drug dealer, and a Boko Haram sympathizer, if I tell you, say, make you imagine Boko Haram times 10 worse, I know what I'm talking about. I do know what I'm talking about. Nobody's that they wish you evil. I'm not wishing you anything. I wish you what you wish yourselves. Anyway, away from court, may I take a small break? My neighbor said they went to go and report that they lost their generator. Our generator has been stolen. Let's go to the police station to report.
Help us put on for the book now, boss. Now I can't put on the book because the person that will put it in the book is the CRO. Even you ask that what did give us for the entry of the state. So maybe just give you anything like this before you go put on for the book. I can't put it in the book. If I was first question that this is what I mean. Even it's the one that directed it come and make me. But the janitor lost now. I beg now. Tell him outside. So you guys find something and before you help us put on for book. If they will travel from book, I'm not the CRO here. I'm not the CRO in charge. I know. The book like this. See, I think the transfer for it. Yeah. I'm not transfer. I think just transfer anything now. Make the book, make this so that the thing, because I don't want to make that guy, because if that guy will pack come out, I need that guy don't pack come out, don't finish. How much do you want to transfer? Make I transfer like 2K now. Let me transfer 2,000 now. I'll call your account number.
So it's a place where if you don't grease their palms, they don't get anything done. You've got to pay them. You've got to pay the police to do their job. And if people will tell you, what is the big deal there? What is the big deal if you have to pay the police to go and do their job? Don't pay them now, and you expect them to come and defend you. You expect the police to come and fight for you, Abi. So you cannot give them something. Nigeria is a mad asylum, and it is, in fact, not hidden. It is an open secret. Nigeria is a mad asylum. It's like a mad colony, the colony of mad people. That's what Nigeria is. Then you now see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 normal people walking in the midst of that chaos. So why won't you see some of them as mad too? You need to pay them. Yeah, you pay them. If you don't pay, the other day, somebody called in and they said they had a road rage. An unruly driver broke their side mirror. And they chased him, only to discover that he's actually a court bus, a court vehicle. That was driving lawyers, legal practitioners. And he went into a fisticuff and he said he hit the driver for doing that to him and all of that. And he ended up having to pay the police, pay the driver, apologize to him, and he licked his wound afterward. I'm just saying, it's a messed up place. So that is why when people leave their homes in Nigeria, they have to pray against any principalities beyond them. You can get raided by this criminal police, and your family will never know where you are. These same criminal policemen can take you to the nearest cash machine, empty your bank account. If they have to take you into the bank as well, they can do that. They intimidate, harass, and the rest. So if you don't pay them, you don't get any kind of Anything done. It's a messed up place. Right. Going forward, I kind of want to share a few others with you, but I think my time is so up. The ideal thing is for us to kind of, maybe I should take 1 or 2, 3 calls. But before we do that, look at this man. Babangida, IBB. He has suffered serious health problems, especially in the last 10 years. He's depreciated. You got me emaciated or something like that. Okay. So, and sometimes you want to say old age. He's not a young man, oh, by the way. He's about 82 years old. So when I saw that image, I was like, oh, well, he's an elder statesman in Nigeria. As long as he lives, he's one of the kingmakers in Nigeria, the ones who run things behind the scene. Unfortunately, they call him elder statesman. So as you are focusing more also on the pillaging and all of that going on within the APC, Egbekegbe's run government, I think I should mention some few figures before I start taking calls or make my tea. I just heard that Nigeria has approved 22.7 billion, 22.7 billion naira to consultants that would then have to consult on building second runway in Abuja Airport. The runway itself, God knows how much that's going to cost. If consultants are being paid 22.7 billion, I think consultants are those who are going to design, draw the whole thing. Baba, runway, not a new airport, runway design, consultant getting paid that much. You know what that means? Last minute cash out. It's similar to them asking for the National Assembly's approval of 800 million US dollars that they said they want to share to 5,000 poor Nigerians to cushion the effect of the removal of subsidy next month, which they have kept for Tifnumbu or anybody coming in to come and take off. $800 million. Do you know how much they pay the consultants that got them that loan? 23 million US dollars. Yeah. And that is where you're going to see them, their family members who are working as a consultants with bogus names, company names, and the rest of that, just to take those percentage. They don't have to run for any office. They just put them there as consultants. It's called contracts. You can be a billionaire by just being their friends. And they call it legit. Some said that's a way to launder their money as well. Make it look legit. Give them consultancy job. What are they consulting? You could be a billionaire. You will be a billionaire if you have a connection with this rigged system. 23 billion naira to consult on how to build a runway, not a new airport, a runway where plane go land and take off. Well, no deal. It is called the cash out time. But you know the man that has been the Father Christmas in the last 7.5 years, 8 years, 8 years plus, oh my God, 8 years plus another 2 years, almost 10 years. Emefiole Omogbon, he has received an approval from Bokuari to go on study leave. Central Bank governor, after plunging Nigeria into lifetime indebtedness, generational poverty, with the collaboration of APC, Egbekegbe, ladies and gentlemen, Emefiole is going to be on the run in the next few days. He's not going to wait for anybody who is going to be your next president, Kalu or whoever. Emefiole has been given an approval to go and study abroad. And if you want to study abroad, if it be like 2 years, 3 years, the cost, it depends. Now from abroad, Emefiole go send a resignation letter. Or now from abroad, Emefiole's time is going to end. Do you know why Emefiole will be on the run? I'll give you a few examples. They said that Dasuki stole $2 billion What they didn't tell you then was that the $2 billion is not arms money. It was actually the money that is being paid to Goodluck Egbere Jolantan as security votes money. Nobody has ever reviewed the security vote of Nigerian president. A lot of you have heard about the security vote of the governors, haven't you? Of course you have. But you've never quite know how much are they paying the president of Nigeria as security vote. Do you know? No. The president of Nigeria is paid in dollars. Yeah, you heard me right. No matter how poor a state is in Nigeria, no matter how poor they are, a state will still cough out over hundreds of millions of naira as security vote. And according to them, it's unaccounted. And I mean, that person who takes that money, which is the governor, is not liable or binded to account for the money. But the president of Nigeria receives his own security vote in dollars. And can't you just compare why Dasuki, National Security Advisor, have access to billions of dollars that he started giving to political parties, individuals. This money was not given in a box or what have you. Most of them were moved in bullion vans, in special private jets all over Nigeria from the vaults of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Do you think Dasuki was just like picking the bag of money from his office as the NSA, and he started giving them to Fayose, Obanikoro, Olufalaye, McCarthy, who else? He started giving the money to them. No, come on. It was the central bank. Who was the central bank governor at the time? Emefiole. So when Dasuki was in jail, in order for him not to talk, Emefiole was retained to teach them how he did it. And he's been doing it for them for free. Let's put up a program. Let's do this or that. And then we can just mellow it and make it a project of Nigeria policy. Don't worry, I can cover you up. That's what Emefiole has done in the last 7.5 years. He gave them the round-tripping deal where abokis became middlemen. They are the ones who have the dollars, now selling the dollars to the banks before banks can give the dollars to businessmen and women. And so many businesses died because of the round-tripping. Emefiole gave them that. That's a crime. Ways and means. Before APC, Egbekegbe came in, Nigeria Central Bank, since Nigeria Central Bank existed though, they have printed and gave loan to the government in Nigeria. Central Bank is meant to be independent, okay, free. Not so free, but kind of free. And when things get worse for the government, they can print money and loan the government the money. So when the government is settled and the economy is improving, the government will pay back that money in order to control and maintain inflation. So for almost 50 years, for almost 55 years before this APC, Egbekegbe came in, the entire money printed by the Central Bank of Nigeria and given as loan to the government in Nigeria, military or civilian, was put at 960 million 960 million naira, 960 million naira, less than 1 billion naira in almost 55 years of Central Bank of Nigeria. But in a space of 7.5 years of Emefiole with APC, Egbekegbe, they have printed over 22.7 trillion naira, not billion, trillion naira. And Bukwari, he collected the money. No one can account for it. Under Emefiole, they started something called Anchor Borrowers Program. Do you know how much that cost Nigeria? Nigeria borrowed 1.4 trillion naira from the African Development Bank. Africa Development Bank gave part of the loans that you are hearing. So they said the money was to be given to farmers in Nigeria. They were going to stop importation of food in Nigeria. They were going to improve in food production. And then Nigeria will be food sufficient. Story, 1.4 trillion naira. Then terrorists came and they started killing all the farmers, chasing them out of their farms. And before you know it, they've investment of a 1.4 trillion naira, a debt. So, they couldn't bring out a kobo until Emefiole started hiring trucks to go and bring paddy rice, unprocessed rice in bags so they can display them in Abuja as rice pyramid, a success of Anchor's borrowers program of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Really? Paddy rice, unprocessed rice, rice that are still in their shells. They brought them to Abuja, they displayed them, and you never heard anything about that again. From 7,500 naira a bag, 50 kg bag of rice in Nigeria was 7,000 naira or 7,500 naira. This was 7.5 years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, the same 50 kg bag today is over 40,000 naira. 1.4 trillion naira investment in agriculture, Anchor borrowers program, all gone. Investment lost, but the debts added to Nigerian debts. In case if you don't know, that's Emefiole. Emefiole plunged Nigeria economy into a final and perpetual ruin when he said they want to change the Naira note to fight terrorism, to fight counterfeiting, and then at the same time to fight those who have stockpiled money for election in their homes. Emefiole wanted to punish kidnappers. He wanted to punish politicians who have stockpiled money. He wanted to punish all these guys who are pretty much not even up to 1% of the entire population, and he plunged the entire country into chaos. And today, nobody even have a clue if they are going to always be spending the new money or the old one. And the businesses that suffer during this time, they probably will never recover. Jobs that are lost during this time, they probably will never be recovered. And the poverty numbers as well. Oh, that is increasing thanks to Emefiole. The guy is on the run. He can't stay in Nigeria. Even as corrupt as Kolu is, even Kolu would like to use Emefiole as a scapegoat to show to all of you that maybe he has good intention. Emefiole is a criminal. And if you drag him, Emefiole will drag all his accomplices. And all the falsification of figures, falsification of data, to send a different impression to the rest of the public, why the real data are screaming, arrest him. The real data of what Nigeria has become economically is screaming, arrest Emefiole. Anywhere where you see him, he's a dangerous man who has killed millions of Nigerians economically. And guess what? He shouldn't be studying anywhere. He should be in a pen. Penitentiary, that's what they call it in America, prison. And as they go, he should be a star witness to what APC, Egbekegbe, did to all of you, your businesses, your families, your homes, your everything. They've taken a lot from you. You'll find out later. So the guy is running away. He is running away. He wants to go and study in America or somewhere. You're not going to see him again. But there are other governors too. You remember this guy in Benue? Hey, my brother, wait, this my guy, Yuma, you dey watch? Yuma Gudu, that's my guy. He's a Tifi from Benue. He was so proud of autumn when the Fulanis laid serious, siege on Benue at the early stage of APC. Egbekegbe. Oh, Yuma. We know autumn has failed. Autumn is this, autumn is that. But the fact that they stood with the people of Benue, the people of Benue will continue to stand by autumn. That was the trick, wasn't it? Autumn is now packaging something for himself as these days are winding down in Benue. 2 billion naira pension package for the past governors, including himself, where for the rest of his life, Autumn want to be paid the same salary as any governor in Benue State. If they increase the salary of governor, the salary of the Benue State governor, Autumn and others, George Akume and the rest of them, George Akume, George, they are to be paid. Anything the governor, anybody that is governor in Benue, whatever they are being paid, they must pay them too, because that's exactly what Kolu is enjoying. Whatever Sonweku is being paid as governor, They must pay Kolu the same. Do you know how much a state governor actually collects officially as a salary? Do you? No, you will never know, but I have an idea. A state governor in Nigeria actually writes for himself a salary of over 80 million naira every month. Oh yeah, pretend that you are shocked. Oh yeah, see you. Mayegun. Hey, let's pretend that we are shocked. When they talk about salary, which governor they collect salary self? Where some state governors they are allocating to themselves 600 million, 700 million security vote, 1.2 billion security vote. A state like Katsina, they are allocating almost 1 billion naira security vote for Masari every month. You'll be asking, where are they seeing the money? That's what the money they take out of their allocation first. Why do you think they can't pay salary? Why do you think they can't pay, why? Because the money that are they don't pay those who supposed first get paid. Whatever is left is what is left. If you no reach, you no reach. Wait till next month. I'm not joking. I'm not making it up. Go and read about it. 80 million, 82 million. A senator in Nigeria has worked for himself, worked a package that he will go home every month with over 30 million naira. A senator. It is a milking factory. So when you say you want to break up Nigeria, or you say you want to chase APC and PDP, you have no idea the number of people you are trying to take away their feeding bottle. And they will fight you with everything. Yeah, including living in denial. Pretending that they didn't know what they are doing. They don't know what they are doing. You just don't like them. If they have to pretend, they will pretend. Feeding bottle, that kind of one. If they have to kill, they will kill. Maybe you have an idea now. Anyway, go make tea. I'll take off, okay? Don't go anywhere. I've got over 3,000 of us on YouTube. And listen to me, right? If you love this, if you enjoy this, okay? I am currently on the race to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, right? And it is possible. All, what do you call it? What do they call that thing again? Generic, not generic. I always mix them, but genetic and whatever. You are all like individuals who actually subscribe to Mayegun's Diary Political on their own. After maybe spending a time or two, a lot of people have joined here by accident and they never left. They never left. So if you find that interesting as well, you can stay. On Facebook, you are not allowed to share my video. You are not allowed to like it. Some of you are not even allowed to comment. Those of you who are still managing to see the broadcast, like and share, you have no idea how much suppression Facebook has put on my page. Join me on YouTube. Make it easier for yourself. If I say something you don't like, right, you can take your subscription away if it makes you sleep well at night. But if you don't want to miss anything about Mayegun, the right thing to do is to subscribe and you will never miss anything. Yeah? Right. I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea. And when I come back, I will take calls just for a few minutes and we can go to bed tonight. Don't go anywhere.
70 years old man. Is that you? Jesus is Lord. Jesus. Is that you? 70 years old man. Is that you? Jesus is Lord.
If you didn't there, you didn't there. Who is the brother in Hawaii? Who is the brother in Hawaii? I'm a leader, what we don't go with them. I'm a leader, what we don't go with them. I'm a leader, what we don't go with them. I'm a leader, what we don't go with them. I'm a leader, what we don't go with them. Some people think say you can do juju. Is this a joke? They will never go free. them the bone face so. Oh yeah, now who them the bone face for? Busy body, you're so wicked, they walk. You know, as I'm watching on television now, they paint them. That is all. And they sweet there. When they see me appear like this, they paint them. And I promise them, I'm here to bury them. I see they paint them, they see us. I see the raindrops, they pay. When you say, I see the pain them, they see us. I see the see us, they go they pay. I see the pain them, they see us.